Today we'll be going over Hush's Nihil Unbound. I think over the course of the last couple of months, there's been a lot of albums that I've done that have brought forth instant imagery, but none quite like Hush's Nihil Unbound. From the first note, you can instantly feel just imagery that just courses through your mind. And the one that hit me the most, I don't know if many of you have seen it, but there's a famous picture of a Vietnamese monk that decided to go forth with self-immolation in protest of his government by burning himself alive. It's a famous picture. It's been on the cover of, Rage Against the Machine, but I don't know why, but that was the instant picture that hit me. It just seemed as though this album was very full of anger, and instantly it kind of felt like somebody at the end of their life, just putting forth this aggression and anger and despair and like forcing it through a garden hose, and it's not going to fit down that garden hose, and all of a sudden it just blows up. That's instantly what I felt like with this album. And it's just so uncompromising, it takes you and it beats you over the head, and you could just feel everything that the singer brings to the table, I read a couple of reviews, and a lot of people seem to think that maybe it was primitive in a way. And I don't feel as though it was primitive at all. I feel as though everything that this band was trying to put forth, they did. And they did it with such art, and it was so fluid, the way that they kind of came up with this concept. And I believe that what they were trying to get across, especially with the album title track, Nihil Unbound, they did it with the utmost certainty, The guitars, even though they were crushingly heavy, they were not primitive at all. I feel as though that they were meant to be very on time, and on time with the vocals. Everything sort of gelled in a way where it reached out farther than I was expecting, to be completely honest. It was so imaginative, and I feel that the band themselves really took everything to another level with this one. This music is something far more reaching than any album I've listened to in quite a bit of time. There's certain bands you can listen to where instantly you're like, wow, they're really angry. But this, I wouldn't say it's anger. It's something a little more cosmic than that. It's like the rising, of almost everybody's voice. Musically, as I've said, I think it's so far-reaching, and vocally, I don't think I've heard a vocalist, produce so much pain, in a performance like this. Production-wise, I think they really, really did a great job in keeping it sludgy, but at the same time very comprehensive. They made this tone and sound that it sounds like Oblivion, really. It sounds like just straight like the end of times. A collective voice of everyone just screaming out. It's very different and ingenious. I really the album really just blew me away. Really blew me away. I had a couple of friends, tell me about it, and so I instantly went out and I listened to it. And if there was one album, and I can't even categorize it, the only thing I could say would be close to like post-hardcore sludge, you know. But if you were gonna listen to anything like that, definitely pick this record up. I mean, definitely. I mean, New York right now is producing some of the greatest bands I've heard in a long time, and Hush, these guys have really, really upped the ferocity game to like past 10. And not only that, I really feel as though too that this record, as a culmination of the times right now, definitely has everything that people might be looking for if they want to go to that extreme. You know, I really feel as though if you are looking for music to rage to, you know, and totally get out all your innermost demons, this is probably the record to buy and listen to right now. Like, absolutely right now. It's uncompromising how brutal this record is. And it is not only uncompromising and brutal, but is far-reaching too. And it's going to touch you no matter what. You know, when you listen to it, it's going to be something that you're never going to forget, period. And I mean, really, this is like a masterpiece for Hush. You know, I mean, I hope they go down the record books for this one, and more people listen to this record and talk about this record, because there's nothing out there like it right now. You could look all over for it, but there's not going to be anything like this record. So, as always, we thank you for watching our videos. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. And please like and subscribe to our channel, and feel free to share with everyone you know. Thank you.